Welcome, everybody, to the Ejected podcast. My name's Rich Jarbo. I am alongside here with Sonny Palmer and Brian Loftus. How's everything going?
Feeling great.
It's almost baseball season, baby.
It is almost baseball season. With that, we're going to go right into the ejection seat, get things started quickly.
Well, ironically, the guy who I have, we just talked a couple weeks back about James Harden.
Oh.
I don't want to say the honeymoon is over. It's still early. After that strong start, they kind of petered off a little bit. Starting with him, they're going to make the playoffs. More than likely go deep in the playoffs. But for now, hey, that's who's on my hot seat. On my ejected seat.
I couldn't agree more with you. The only thing I would disagree with going far in the playoffs, and I'm sure we'll come to that later in the broadcast. As for my ejected seat, this guy's a real piece of shit. This guy is a real piece of shit. And you know who's on my ejected seat?
Don't miss words. Go ahead.
Who is it?
It's me. I'm a moron.
Oh.
I'm an effing moron. All right? Because I said to myself, right after that elite game that Villanova played, they won, but Justin Moore got hurt. And I said to myself, I said they're not winning this Final Four game against Kansas.
I said that
I
too.
said that to myself on Sunday. I said that to myself on Monday. And you know what I did? In this booth on Tuesday, I laid $20 down with the lesser of two assholes, Rich Jarbo.
Yeah, that was not wise. So,
That was not smart.
You've had better days.
Sonny, you know what else I did? I wagered $69 on Villanova.
Oh, to win the whole thing?
No, just to win that game. So, Rich, here's your 20. Nice and
that.
crisp.
Nice and crisp.
Here's the $8 to our March Madness. Congratulations to your buddy.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Because we
Tracy.
both got robbed.
Matt Tracy. I got robbed. You didn't get robbed. We knew you were losing.
Well, you both were in the game as far as your brackets. I was crushed like the first hour of the damn thing.
So what happened, though, was my buddy Luke actually pointed it out to me. As he said, he was like, you know, Matt's max points are 970 and mine are 960. And that was before Duke lost and the games were even played. And then Duke lost, which put me out of the thing because I had Duke winning the whole thing. And, you know, M-Trey, we're going to call him, had Kansas winning, and obviously Kansas won. So he got 970 points, and I remain at 960. So
Nice job, M-Trey.
Gotcha, okay.
Nice job,
he got
M-Trey.
up to first. So, and I can confirm the money has been wired.
All
Got
right.
the money. Called me earlier. Money has been transferred.
So we pay up here on the Ejected podcast.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
We're men of our word.
To get into my ejected seat, we were just talking about Duke and UNC, both of them. How do you? They both choked for me. All right, Duke lost. Wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, and then I have to root for UNC now because that's what I would have. I would have won if they would have won, and they lost too. They were up by like 20 points at one point in that game. But at halftime, they were up, I think, 16.
They should have had that one last night. No question. I mean, they started the game slow. At what, down 10, 12 points early on?
Yeah, and then they came back.
They came back.
13.
They didn't have enough, especially coming from their bench.
Did you guys watch that national championship game last night?
I watched it all, yeah.
It
was a great game.
You watched all of it?
I watched all of it, yeah.
I didn't watch a minute of it, probably because I was pissed off that Villanova lost.
Great game.
What would you? You're younger than Sonny and I are, but starting a national championship game at 9:20.
Too late.
Come on now.
That is really
Come
late.
on.
8 o'clock, I'd say.
8:30. I get it. You have a
Bring
West
it
Coast
back
crowd.
an hour. Yeah, but and a lot of the West Coast people don't even really care about it, to be honest with you.
I agree. A bit late.
So you're crowning the champion past midnight. Some of these young kids don't even get to watch it.
Hey, you need the key?
No, I got the. Remember this one? I already got it.
Oh, you got it already.
We got a caller on the air. Announce yourself, caller.
Yeah, you know damn well.
We know damn well who's calling. And we got Matt Guerry back again for Roast the Host Part 2.
You know what time it is. Roast the Host.
Damn right.
Brand new segment.
How we doing, fellas?
So Matt, we're gonna go over the format of this here. Okay, have you ever seen Family Feud?
I sure have, yeah.
Awesome. So in like the end thing where they do like the rapid fire questions or whatever. So you're gonna, it's basically like that. You're gonna be given 120 seconds, just like last time, to answer as many questions correct as you can. Some of them are multiple choice to help you out a little bit after our little 1 for 5 incident the last time. In the event of a tiebreaker, you, the guest, will pick the sport of the question. Make sense?
Oh, okay.
So instead of 90 seconds last week, you're going to have 120 because we realized, we might need a little bit more time here.
Right.
But so you're going to be going up against Sonny this week. We gave you the order of the questions. Who would like to go first?
You can have our guest go first.
It's going to be Matt going first.
Okay.
Sonny, we're going to need you to step out of the room.
Oh, yeah, I'm getting thrown out. Okay.
We're going to kick you out.
Make sure you can't hear.
Beat it. We can reset. Clock will start after the first question is asked. So we're starting NBA, NHL, Masters. Then we're going NFL,
MLB. Correct. All right, Matt, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Question number 1, NBA. Which team holds the longest winning streak in NBA history? Is it A, Golden State Warriors, B, Chicago Bulls, C, LA Lakers, or D, the Phoenix Suns?
Golden State Warriors.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. Question number 2, NHL. We all know that Ovechkin has many goals, but how many assists in his career does he have? Is it 581, 704, 695, or 627?
I'm going to go 581.
Incorrect once again. Number 3, into the Masters. When did Tiger Woods win his last or his most recent Masters championship? There's no multiple choice. No multiple choice.
2018?
Incorrect. Very close. NFL. There have been 56 Super Bowls. Who won Super Bowl 50? Is it A, the Denver Broncos, B, New England Patriots, C, Carolina Panthers, or D, Seattle Seahawks?
You still have 1 minute.
Can you repeat the question?
There have been 56 Super Bowls, but who won Super Bowl 50? This was in 2016. Is it the Denver Broncos, the New England Patriots, the Carolina Panthers, or the Seattle Seahawks?
I'm going to go the Pats.
Incorrect once again. Question number 5, your last question, is the MLB. Top 10 home run leaders, Bonds and Hank Aaron, are 1 and 2. Name 2 of the remaining top 10.
Of the remaining 10.
Yes.
I'm just going to have to go for my childhood and go McGuire and Sosa.
Incorrect. McGuire ranked number 11th. That was the stumper right there. Where's Babe Ruth, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing, dude?
Oh, wow, man.
Out of time. 0 for 5.
Well, hey, you got it in under 2 minutes, buddy. But there's still a chance for a tiebreaker right here.
There is still a chance.
Whoa, hold on, Sonny. Hold on. He is creeping towards
No, he's ready. We're ready, right?
We're ready for Sonny.
All right. Sonny.
You're pretty close on those, I must say.
Right. Don't tell him. Don't tell him the results.
I know. Man, Sonny, you got your work cut out for you, buddy.
The suspense is killing me.
Oh man! All right. Let's see what we got here. Let me reset the clock here for 2 minutes. So we'll start with number 1 with Sonny here. Rich, when you're ready, we'll start the clock.
120 seconds on the clock. Question number 1. In the NBA, which team holds the longest winning streak in NBA history? Is it A, the Golden State Warriors, B, the Chicago Bulls, C, the LA Lakers, or D, the Phoenix Suns?
Chicago Bulls?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Number 2, NHL. We all know that Alexander Ovechkin has many goals, but how many assists does he have in his career? Is it A, 581, 704, 695, or 627?
704.
Not. That is incorrect, sir.
Oh,
Question number 3, on to the Masters. When did Tiger Woods win his last Masters championship, his most recent? This is not multiple choice.
2021.
Incorrect. On to the NFL. There have been 56 Super Bowls. Who won Super Bowl 50? Is it A, the Denver Broncos, B, the New England Patriots, C, the Carolina Panthers, or D, the Seattle Seahawks?
Denver Broncos.
That is correct. 5, MLB. Top 10 home run leaders Bonds and Hank Aaron are 1 and 2. Name 2 of the remaining top 10 home run leaders.
Harmon Killebrew. And top 10 all time?
Top 10 all time.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth is one of them,
Incorrect.
but that is incorrect.
Killebrew. That's what Jim York said, too, by the way. Harmon Killebrew, number 14. So you win. Sonny, you win. 1-0.
You got one.
Killebrew was not top 10.
Killebrew, not top 10. Good guess. Guerry said Mark McGuire, who is ranked 11th. Also
Okay.
a solid guess.
Let's feel out the answers here. I'm curious.
The answers. Go down the answers.
Gotcha. So the first one, which team holds the longest winning streak in NBA history? It is the LA Lakers with 33 wins they had in the 70s.
Okay, I was thinking that great 98 team of the Bulls might have had it. Okay.
That's why I had it on there. So
Will Chamberlain years.
I went with the Warriors just from that iconic season that they had.
Okay.
yeah. Not a bad guess. Ovechkin has 627 assists.
Well, I don't follow the Capitals. I know he's great, but yeah.
That's one of those where it's a flip of the coin.
That's a tough question. Tiger Woods won his last Masters in 2019.
Recent, am I right?
Yeah, I could have sworn he won the tournament last year. He probably did. It probably wasn't the Masters.
The year before COVID happened.
Yeah, he said 2018.
That's where I was trying to go before the year before COVID. And I don't know.
Yeah. The next question was NFL. 56 Super Bowls. Super Bowl 50, Denver Broncos.
Sonny, you got this one right.
Yeah.
So Major League Baseball here. The following 8 out of the top 10, you got Ruth, A-Rod, Pujols, Willie Mays, Griffey Jr., Jim Thome, Sammy Sosa, Frank Robinson, and coming in at number 11, Mark McGuire.
And that Denver Super Bowl was against Carolina, by the way.
This is true. Yeah, we're Cam.
Yeah.
Did you hear about Albert Pujols?
I did hear about Albert Pujols back with the St. Louis Cardinals for one more year.
I read an article today that his wife had brain surgery, and he just divorced her 2 days after the surgery.
What a great guy, huh?
Wait. Say this again?
I read an article on my lunch break on, I think it was by Bro Bible. His wife had some sort of brain injury, so it required surgery. And 2 days after the surgery, he filed for divorce.
Oh my
after marriage for like 22 years.
That's wild.
Scum with a capital S.
True love.
That's interesting. Well,
right?
we know who's on our ejected seat next week. Holy smokes, folks!
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's a class act.
Oh man, what about Ben Simmons?
What about Ben Simmons?
Oh, he's not playing in the play-in tournament. He's out.
Shocking.
Yeah,
Speaking of scum with a capital S.
I actually am shocked. I thought he was going to play for that.
No,
Maybe round 1.
No, he's definitely not.
Maybe round 2. I mean, they'll probably make round. I still think they're going to get in the playoffs.
From what I'm hearing, he's doing this because he can help his grievance against the Sixers collect that full $20 million.
Trying to sue the Sixers for $20 million after we already gave them 13 to do nothing.
This is a former number 1 pick.
And you know what?
He's not going to play. If anyone thinks he's going to play in the playoffs, they don't know who Ben Simmons is.
Right. Let me ask you this. Do the Sixers or the Nets even make the Eastern Conference Finals this season?
No.
Agreed. This is why we're friends. No,
I think the
neither
Sixers,
of them.
I think the Sixers will.
No, you don't really believe that. Rich.
I do. No, I do.
I'm not even a basketball fan. I mean, I'm a basketball fan. Basketball isn't my favorite sport, but I mean, the Sixers just look predictable. And no one. I mean, I still live in Philadelphia, and no one really cares for Doc Rivers anymore.
I don't care for Doc Rivers either. but I've seriously never been more confident in the Sixers.
Still have Embiid. I mean, let's see what happens. There's still a few. How many regular season games left? Less
4.
than 10.
The playoffs start on the 16th. So
There's 4 regular
Yeah,
seasons
a week
left,
or
and you still have Glenn Rivers as your head coach. I refuse to use
This is
that.
our third team. He was in Orlando. He was with the Celtics.
How many times have they choked so far?
They lost game 7s.
What? No, and not even that. I'm talking in recent weeks. They've had 15-point leads going into the second half against teams they should beat.
20-point leads.
Yes, thank you, Matt. Enough already.
I know. I hear you. They went down like a house of cards. And at home, too. They've lost a bunch of home games.
We already saw Brett Brown do it. What are we going through? Brett Brown 2.0? I know Rivers has more of a cachet than him.
Oh, of course.
Brett Brown doesn't lead the league in blown 3-0 series in the playoffs.
It's I want to hit my head against this microphone right now.
We prefer Glenn Rivers, though, right?
Yeah, I prefer Glenn Rivers.
Okay.
He's not. There's only one Dr. J in
bullish,
Philadelphia, and that's it.
Yeah, I really didn't like Brett
Enough
Brown.
already. Ugh. Matt, we might give you a third chance next week. We'll see. We're gonna have to discuss this.
I'm gonna need one more redemption against Ryan, and I'll request all multiple choice.
You want all multiple choice.
That's what I said. Brian was the one that said no multiple choice.
I did not say all multiple choice. Rich, give me that $20 back.
You said no multiple choice for the PGA.
Look, the only question that I came up with that wasn't multiple choice was the Tiger Woods question.
Right.
He won it 3 years ago,
legitimate.
folks. Rich said nobody cares about golf.
Yeah, that's a legitimate non-multiple choice question.
Thank you. Who's had a bigger before I let you go, who's had a bigger impact on their sport? Tiger Woods in golf or Tom Brady in football?
Wow. Bigger influence?
On their sport, yeah.
On their sport.
Influence, I would say Tiger.
Thank you, Matt.
You got a practice round for the Masters, and it is packed like it's a Sunday final round.
It's
just
amazing.
Because Tiger is there.
Would you have started playing golf if it wasn't for Tiger?
Whatever, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
people flock to him.
Yeah, because every kid dreams about being a quarterback.
And around anything to do with Tiger.
Preach.
Tom Brady could have retired and football would have been okay. If
NFL
Tiger retires, I wouldn't say golf is over, but there's a high excitement level that golf is over.
You're damn right, my friend. All right, we'll talk to you next week. All right, maybe a little third time's a charm. All right, buddy.
All right, fellas, you have a good day.
Thanks, brother.
All right, that went well.
That was some good fun.
Thank you, Sonny. Hosts are still 2-0.
That's a damn. Give me some, Holmes.
Not exactly a great performance on my part, but
hey, one and done, baby. One and done. That's all you need.
No one in Ejected podcast history has gotten 2 questions right.
Beat the host. Come on now. We ain't getting
it only
roasted.
goes up from here.
But to get into this debate, okay, for me personally, now I get I don't like golf. I am 20. People my age don't really like golf that much. I think Happy Gilmore has had more of an influence on my life on golf, if I'm being dead ass honest right now.
All right, now.
I'm definitely on the Tom Brady side right here.
Oh, look, I now since you brought up Happy Gilmore, I can't argue with that. So maybe Happy Gilmore did have an argument. I was talking to Rich before we did the show today, Sonny. I said, look, you're 20 years old. You have a girlfriend. You're a pretty smart kid. You're probably going to be married in 10 years. You're going to have a couple of kids. And what better escape than getting away from your wife and kids? Babe, I'm going to go out with my sticks. I'm going to go play some golf with the boys.
Take lessons now.
He will be golfing 10 years from now. Book it.
It's a safe bet. I don't golf, but that's a safe bet.
Have you ever played a round of golf in your life?
Yes.
So there you go. Boom. Add that to the Twitter poll.
I don't think I will.
I'm not a golf fan. Have I played golf? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Absolutely dreadful. But I played it.
That's the fun part about it.
It's too slow for me. Like I really like all those fast sports. Like I like basketball and hockey. Baseball is really cutting it close.
You like the 4 majors?
Yeah, I'm not big into football, but I don't mind watching football.
But are we like our age, Sonny? Are we going to get out there on the baseball diamond, or
No,
the hockey ring.
No, but
the
I see what
football
you mean.
field.
As you get older, I mean, you could be 90 and play golf.
Yeah, the bowling and golf. The older you get, I mean, this stuff starts
I
to
like
wear
to bowl.
down.
I'm not a bad bowler. Basketball, I will be playing in the next 10 years. I think I still go play basketball.
I can play basketball still.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
but
I
I
think
see what you
that's
mean.
something-
As you're getting older, you're going to be out on the links, more than likely.
Right.
We might need a podcast, a one-on-one tournament versus one another.
In golf?
In basketball. No, in
Oh.
basketball.
Oh, I'll win for sure. It won't even be close.
Well,
Won't even be close.
I think Sonny and I might have something to say about that, but
All right.
we'll see.
But golf, I'm hell of a mini golf player. My putting game is top tier. I still have in my car. I have like a free game because I got the hole-in-one on the magic hole. Just because I get so many hole-in-ones. But
Yeah, because you're a monster at putting.
yeah.
Your short game's good. All right.
I am going to mention that I do hold the course record in Ocean City adventure golf,
New Jersey or Maryland?
Maryland. I hold the course record.
All right.
As of last time I've been there, I haven't been there in a little bit. 3 years ago.
That's where I had
We hope
my...
it's not broken.
I have the course record with 34, and I have the card.
Okay. The man has to.
I'm very proud about that.
Sonny, do you believe this?
I have the card too.
You know what?
It's up on my wall.
The gun to my head, yeah. You know, I'm going to believe him.
It's up on my wall.
I think you're full of it, dude. I think
I'm
you're full of it.
I'm very proud
I
of that.
think you're full of it,
That's
dude.
one thing that I'm extremely proud of. But no, we've kind of stirred away from the Tom Brady thing. Why do you think? What do you think about this? What's Tiger Woods or Tom Brady?
It's because of the popularity of the NFL. I'm going to say Tiger Woods.
Oh,
Just first of all, from a social aspect of getting African Americans or the minorities, even children. I mean, he had success. He won the Masters when he was in his early 20s, back in the 90s. That kind of changed the way golf was. I mean, there's always Arnold Palmer, Jack Nicklaus. Don't get me wrong. They're always legends way before Tiger. But like our caller said, when Brady hangs it up, the sport's going to be fine.
Yeah.
So will golf, but I guess you're kind of measuring to what level. I mean, an entire generation that watched Tiger play, I think that changed the game more so than Brady winning 7 Super Bowls, which is incredible. Probably never going to see that again. It's a tough question. It's a great question. With a gun to my head, I'm going Tiger.
I think that Jim brought up a great point that he's like 45 years old and they're building a team around him right now, around a 45-year-old man. That's incredible. That's like the same thing. I mean, LeBron's not that old, but they kind of build the team around him too. And I would even go to say that LeBron's been more impactful in basketball than Tiger in golf.
It's a tough argument because, and I only brought it up because you made the point to me earlier this afternoon when we were doing our show prep that nobody really appreciates golf, and that's where I beg to differ because
They have their own crowd. I listen, a lot of people that are into the 4 majors aren't going to pay attention to golf.
right.
But if you go to one of the majors or even just any big tournament, look at the attendance, look at the interest. I don't know what a Masters ticket costs, but I'm sure it's, especially now, it's probably skyrocketed. What the prices, interest.
I guess here's my arguing point is that if Tom Brady had never shown up to the scene when he did back in 2001, kids are still going to want to be quarterback. They're still going to want to play football. They're going to want to be Joe Montana. They're going to want to be, Michael Vick. They're going to want to be yada, yada, yada. Now, when Tiger Woods came onto the scene in 1997 and he won his first Masters, golf skyrocketed. The purses, and by purses I mean the
cash prize.
The cash prize for the players involved, even if you finished in 50th place in that tournament, you're still walking away with 5 figures.
Everybody made more money because of Tiger.
Yes. And that's why the players appreciate him. I'm sure they like him too.
To a certain extent, he's got that arrogance, that smug bit to him. But hey,
I feel like it's
you made me
better.
Make a ton of money. I can kind of look the other way.
I think his personality got Ever since his wife took a club to his leg and found out what he was doing
And beat the
behind the
bleeping
scenes,
tar out of him.
beat the living shit out of him.
I was just about to say, not the best role
And then he
model.
had that last incident, and luckily it wasn't.
Should have been charged. I'm not saying arrested.
Yeah.
If it was one of us driving 100 miles an hour, you could bet you'd be charged with reckless driving.
I'm just glad it wasn't. And I'm trying to say it the right way. He could have died. He could have died.
Single car accident. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he's fine.
Right.
That's his fault. If it was one of us, you could bet you'd be charged.
Oh, 1,000%.
What
For
was,
driving at that speed.
remind me, was he drunk driving or just?
No.
He was under the influence of. He was.
That was
under-
up in Palm Beach. The L.A. accident.
Oh, that too. Yeah, I mean, there was one down up here in Jupiter.
You know, the Los
prior to
Angeles
that.
accident, there it doesn't seem to be drugs or alcohol played any factor.
No, it was.
It's just his stupidity as far as decision making when driving.
He was just okay.
and it was
Because I don't have a lot of respect for people that drunk drive and get into an accident.
right.
I don't feel as bad for them. Like obviously I'm gonna feel bad for Tiger Woods is driving recklessly, like you said, but he's just being. I don't know.
He didn't veer off the road avoiding another car. This
No,
is a total single car crash.
Let's just say he's lucky to be alive right now,
No, I agree.
and miraculously, he's playing on Thursday. He's teeing it up.
I don't know how good he'll be. He's not going to win the thing, but let's see.
He's winning this thing.
He's the only guy.
You know what I like?
I know.
You know what I like about the Masters, other than the other 4 majors, or the other 3 majors, I should say, but the Masters. He gets to play that course every single year, so he knows exactly where that ball is going to roll. He knows exactly the lie, where the wind trajectory is. The U.S. Open changes every year. The British Open changes every year. The PGA Championship changes every year, the course they play. The Masters is the same course
right.
every year. He's won it 5 times.
If Shooter McGavin was in this, he'd have problems.
That's true.
I can't believe we spent this much time on golf.
Yeah, say I told you people know golf. All right, let's move it along.
All right. Should college athletes be paid? What do we think? Sonny?
This is a tough one. I thought about this. Just straight out pay. I mean, the name, image, likeness. Should they be taken advantage of? No. Should they be flat out paid? No. Something like a stipend, something later on, maybe after they're 21, maybe after they get their degree or what have you. But paid in the sense like a professional? No, I don't think so. You're an amateur athlete. And look, I get it. You're a star quarterback at Alabama. Let's say you own a car dealership. You do well there. Now you got this kid going to your dealership every week, and you have tons and tons more customers. You're selling more cars. Yeah, the kid should get some sort of kickback, but not like, all right, here's 10 grand in your pocket for every week you come here. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't have a perfect answer for it, but something like a stipend, something later on, to where most of these kids are not going to play professionally, and if they do, it's not going to be for a long period of time. So maybe something that helps them, builds interest, some sort of, I don't know, maybe something similar to a 401k.
It's a tough conundrum.
That's a good point.
Here's the way I see it. So you get your scholarship, boom, bada bang. Should they be paid from the schools? No. But should that student be able to go out and do commercials in the community for said car dealership? Boom. The new video games that are apparently going to be coming back, NCAA football, NCAA basketball, should they be paid for that based on how good they are? Yes, I think that. They shouldn't be paid from the school because in my opinion, it'll put a tough dynamic on who gets what. So, hey, depending on how good you are, here's your Subway advertisement, Bryce Young. Here's your McDonald's advertisement, McCormick, who kicked Villanova's ass the other night. So be it. Should they be allowed to go out and get advertisements? Yes. Should it come directly from the school? Maybe not, because you already get your scholarship from the school.
Well, and there's also a transfer portal last couple of years. It's kind of like, all right, University of Florida paid me this. Well, I'm going to Michigan. They're going to pay me this. That I don't think we can have that. It opens up Pandora's box. I don't even think they should be allowed to transfer more than once.
The transfer portal has become free agency, basically.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to do it one time, and that's it.
How do you feel about like people getting like? You remember when LeBron, I think, got a shoe deal in high school with Nike? Mm-hmm. Zion got a shoe deal in his first year at Duke. How do you feel about like the shoe deal? I guess that rolls upon like commercials and.
Put it this way, I don't mind these players getting played because the schools make billions off these athletes when the players are only making millions.
And that's why a lot of people think that they should be paid because they're making money based on what they're doing.
They should, but so.
It's a tough subject. I don't think anybody's ever going to have the right answer. But again, my opinion, something kind of long term.
Let them go do endorsements.
That's interesting.
I do like the 401k idea.
I like that a lot, actually. Or like
if you end up being an average Joe, you had injuries, you're 28, 29 years old, you shouldn't feel like, all right, I'm starting from scratch. And you could still make a good career, in the business world. Pick any job. But for the work you did prior, I don't have a problem with them having something in an account that they can kind of build on, start a family. A lot of these guys go broke after just a couple of years in pro sports. So,
everyone says they are also getting paid with an education. Which,
that's first and foremost.
Which I know,
free education.
We're not serious about that, are we?
You're getting a scholarship to get an education. A lot of them do,
but they don't give a shit. Like,
do you think these kids are going to class?
Not all of them.
The majority of them. I know some of them are, and I appreciate the ones that do. They're like, all academic award and stuff like that. But especially the one and doners, they're taking these.
Well, that's college hoops.
They're
that's
taking
different.
these, and even football, man. They're taking these cakewalk classes. And it's
football. I don't know. I mean, the backup left guard, even most NFL guys in their senior year, kind of know if they're getting drafted or not.
We're taking TV and media. Look, I wasn't an athlete, but I got to take Spanish intro my freshman year of college, and this was after I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. So me taking Spanish intro in my freshman year of college, I hardly had to attend that class, and I said, I'm going to show up for the tests. I'm going to get the A. Because you know what? Yo soy, it was just easy for him. Me llamo Brian. It was that simple. It was that simple. And if I could get away with it in my freshman year of college, imagine what these kids are doing.
The point is, you're getting an education for free.
You're getting something that you should have to pay a lot of money.
What you do with it, that's on you.
It depends how they choose to handle it. Of course. I know some athletes went back. Shaq went back and got his degree.
It was in general studies,
I know, but you got
Shaq's a smart guy. Hold on, Shaq is a smart man.
Listen, I don't think any of us truly know that. He doesn't sound like a smart man, but
no. Seriously, Shaq is hella smart. He's really, you know how much he owns and. Well, he's gonna have money.
It's easy to own things when you played center for the Orlando Magic and the Los Angeles Lakers.
I mean, this is true, but he has money coming in based off of for his great grandchildren because he.
Well, yeah, but that's not from intellect. That's from being 7'2", 340 pounds.
Thank you. Yes, you can.
It's from owning all these different businesses.
Well, yeah, you can own all.
How did he get to own those businesses?
You can own it all you want. If look at Greg Oden. Does Greg Oden own all of this shit? No.
So I think Shaq's a smart man.
He's hired the right people.
I'll put it to you this way: he might be a smart businessman. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, absolutely.
He's hired the right people.
All right.
Yeah, he's hired the right. Yep. I'm on your side with this one.
When Shaq comes, when we have Shaq on this show, I want an apology from everybody.
Look, I'm willing to talk to him and all, but look, I'm just saying, to your point, he's very intellectual with his business and endeavors.
He might be smarter than Barkley, let's put it that way, which isn't hard to do.
Barkley.
Who's got the better golf swing, though?
Probably Barkley.
We're back to golf.
Top 5 sports rivalries.
Oh, I love this one.
I'm going to go ahead and go first. All right. At number 5, I have the Steelers and the Ravens. I have no clips, by the way. Steelers and Ravens.
We're going clips later, maybe, right?
I put it in later.
All right, all right,
I don't need to put anything in now. Number 5, Steelers and the Ravens. I always enjoyed growing up watching the Steelers and the Ravens play. It was big where I'm from, and Pittsburgh and Baltimore aren't too far.
Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed, those two free safeties,
days, yeah.
Ray Lewis, go down the list.
And they're at number 5 now because they're not like it's not a huge rivalry.
It's a solid 5, though. I mean,
number 4, I have the Lakers and the Celtics. Not necessarily now, but after watching like Winning Time, I really enjoy looking back on the Lakers
Great
and
finals.
the Celtics
Sure.
rivalries. Yeah, no, I think they're really good. At number 3, I have the Caps and the Penguins in hockey. Those are always fantastic games, and I know for the the Hershey Bears, the minor league team, and the Scranton Penguins were always sold out games, and they were the most expensive. I always wanted to go to those. They always fought because it's AHL, and they got something to prove, and they're being aggressive. So that's they're number 3. Number 2, I have Duke and UNC. This is an obvious choice. I'm sure it's on everyone's list. March Madness from this year can tell you why Duke and UNC are such good, always such good games. Always sold out with the $80,000 ticket, shit like that. And then at number 1, I had to put it in there, Cavs and the Warriors.
What?
Just
For a number 1 sports rivalry?
From
What?
All right, you got to think. First of
welcome
all,
to the younger generation here.
Oh, my.
First of all, I have not been alive that long to have all these.
That doesn't matter.
This is where we can interject.
That doesn't matter. Go ahead, though.
Okay, but the Cavs and the Warriors finals, like those 3 years, like 2015, 16, and
It was nice.
those were fantastic. The Game 7 with Kyrie and hitting that shot.
You've only missed a century, but go ahead.
I loved those. Those were great, and I loved watching LeBron and Steph go at it. But that's my top 5.
All right, here. Let me chime in here.
Let us know, Sonny.
5th. I couldn't believe this was on your list. Yankees and Red Sox speaks for itself. Granted, a lot of the time it was just dominance by the Yankees for so many decades. Last 20 years, it's been the Sox. They've just done a lot of great things. Won 4 world championships the last 20 years. The Yankees got 1. Mm-hmm. They're both perennially in the playoffs. Geographically, they align. They're going to be in the same division forever. Number 4, this rivalry, MLB too, but it goes back to 2 states, New York and California. The Giants and Dodgers. Shot heard around the world in
Thompson,
1951, right? Of course. Just their hatred, whether you're in the Bay Area, you go down to SoCal.
You remember that, Rich, right? Bobby Thompson? No?
1951. Shot heard around the world. Number 3, I've got a dupe here. Duke Blue Devils in Carolina and NCAA Hoops. Tobacco Road.
Yeah, that's a good
Just saw them in the Final Four.
9 miles apart, if I'm correct.
Number 2, in the NCAA in football, Alabama and Auburn.
Oh, that's a good one.
Interstate rivalry. That's been around forever. That's not going anywhere.
What's that rivalry? Is that the Iron Bowl?
It's the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
Last 10, 15 years, we've just seen great games between both of them, regardless of who's better. Usually it's been Alabama, especially under Nick Saban.
I remember the Auburn one recently, probably within the last 10 years, the return on the missed field goal.
I called that was going to happen, by the way.
No, you didn't.
I did. I was on the no one believes me.
That was a great one.
No one believes me when I say it, but I was sitting on the floor watching. I said Auburn's going to win this game, and then it happened, and no one believes me.
Well, did you say that they were going to miss?
I said Auburn's taking it back right now. That's what I said, because it was they clearly were going to lose.
We got to talk to his friends. We got to figure this out.
That's definitely a great one. That's not going anywhere. And number 1, still in college in football, Michigan and Ohio State. Another regional thing. That's a game where you live in the Midwest, that one Saturday in the year, November. Hey, it's the Ohio State game, or it's a Michigan game, depending on which side you're on. In Ann Arbor, they're decked out in their colors, and Columbus, same thing with them. That is, in my opinion, the best rivalry.
And they were always saying, and I think he finally did it, but Jim Harbaugh could lose every game in the regular season for Michigan, but as long as you beat the Ohio State University, which I hate saying, the Ohio State University. Get out of here with that. But to your point, Michigan beating Ohio State and vice versa, that's a solid numero uno right there. I like that.
Thank you, sir.
All right, for
You're
my number 5, I'm going outside the box. We're going top 5 rivalries.
That's correct.
Tom and Jerry, the cartoon.
Oh, good Lord.
Tom Cat and Jerry Mouse going at it against each other. Don't tell me, dude. Don't tell me you did not like cartoons growing up, man.
I didn't think it'd be part of a podcast for a top 5.
Look, we're talking rivalries, and what better rivalry than that? You could find plenty of clips of that. Look, I didn't go Roadrunner
Cat and the
versus
damn mouse.
I didn't go Roadrunner versus Wile E. Coyote. I went Tom and Jerry. Now back to sports. Number 4.
I like it.
Outside the box. Keep it interesting. Number 4, Philadelphia Eagles and New York Giants. Miracle at the Meadowlands 1, Miracle at the Meadowlands 2 with Brian Westbrook. Number 1 was Herm Edwards. 2 was Brian Westbrook. 3 was
that Deshaun Jackson?
Thank you. Deshaun Jackson, where that guy Judge, the punter, decided he was told not to kick at Deshaun Jackson. You can find this clip. Trust me on that. Deshaun Jackson rips their heart out after being down, I want to say it was 21 points in the fourth quarter. Michael Vick for the Eagles leads them back. Number 3, another duplicate, Duke UNC. Tyler Hansborough, Psycho T, for the North Carolina Tar Heels, gets a bloody nose, and he gets angry at the Duke. It was a good one. It was epic. Number 2, Eagles Dallas. Eagles versus the Cowboys. You can go Lito Shepherd, 102-yard interception return for a touchdown off Drew Bledsoe. I think this is one of Drew Bledsoe's final games before Tony Romo ended up taking over for the Dallas Cowboys.
Under Bill Parcells?
It's much like Ohio State and Michigan. I don't care what the Eagles... I do care what the Eagles do during the regular season. But if they go 2-15 next year, and those 2 wins are against Dallas, I'll be all right. I'll be able to put my head to the pillow. Number 1, Red Sox Yankees, and I need a video.
That's fair.
I need a video of Pedro's
jaw. Are you kidding?
Oh, and so did I. And you know what? I don't want to say I've liked A-Rod. I did not like him as a player. Do I own an A-Rod Texas Rangers jersey from when I was back in high school? Yes. Have I worn it recently? No.
I think he's terrible as an analyst. I don't like his. I mean, I know they had a 3-man booth for a period of time.
And I prefer Jessica Mendoza over A-Rod.
Neither one of them.
To be honest with you.
Neither one of them.
But it's a tough gig because you're always criticized. I mean, I'm sure people criticize us. We see it on Instagram.
I grew up with John Miller and Joe Morgan. You know? That was a great telecast.
Joe Morgan didn't really do it for me.
Compared to what they have today?
They were decent. I like Dan Schulman.
Hey, Dan
Schulman was good, but now he's gone. Matt Vasgersian. Here's why I don't like Matt Vasgersian. Because of that incident. Look at me, Matt Vasgersian. I'm talking to you right now. There was an incident with the Braves and the Phillies on Sunday Night Baseball last year where the Braves fans were throwing stuff out on the field, and Matt Vasgersian decided, it looks like Philadelphia right now. And this is happening in Atlanta, where fans are throwing stuff on the field.
Because it's not usual for Atlanta. You don't see that normally.
Well, there's not a lot of talk about it because it's the Southeast. The Northeast gets a bad rap. I'm sorry. Was somebody left brain damaged out in San Francisco between the Dodgers and L.A.? Brian Stowe? He spelled his name wrong. Bryan. I'm sure you remember this story a few years ago.
It's kind of, they go with history. I mean, Philly's kind of known for it. Plenty of other places.
Snowballs at Santa Claus. Yeah, let's bring that story up again.
It happens everywhere.
It's low-hanging fruit. Nobody gives a shit about that entire story, and it pisses me off. It was 2 fans in a bad Eagles season throwing snowballs at a drunk Santa Claus walking out on the field, but these reporters don't want to tell that story.
Oh, the old vet, the 700 level, the batteries.
Look, were there bad stories? Yeah, they had a jail. They threw batteries at friggin' J.D. Drew because he didn't want to sign there. We get it. There's bad fans everywhere. You can, and thank God for social media. I thought I'd never say that, but you see that everywhere where these fans, even fans of the same team, start fighting one another in the stands, and they look like idiots. But you know what? Let's talk about snowballs at Santa Claus. because that's, it's an easy story to tell. Baseball starts this week, Thursday night. We kick off Friday night. You're going to be in Port St. Lucie Friday night, correct?
I go there Wednesday, so tomorrow. And I'll see my schedule. So
opening night, Sonny. You and I open up. Sonny and I open up Friday night at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium. Hammerheads versus the Cardinals. Fins and the feathers.
Top 5 rivalry.
That should be a good one. Speaking of top 5 rivalries, absolutely. So Sonny and I are kicking that off. I got to ask you now, because we talked about it last week. I think we did. But you're concerned for the Mets pitching staff right now. How high is it?
I mean, not too high. I mean, DeGrom might be at 3-4 weeks. Scherzer might be a start. I mean, people make way too much. It's 162 games.
Of course, it's a marathon.
I mean, I sweat things in like July. I don't pay much attention first couple of months to any season. I've always said it's way too long. It should be, in my opinion, 130, 140 game season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
162
I
is
agree.
Absurd.
Them playing like 6 games a week, they play 6 games a week.
I'd rather have them have a minor league schedule, 120 games.
Yeah.
The one reason why I do like it is because it's almost like your best friend over the summer. I love baseball. So your team loses one night, boom, let's go back and get back into bed together tomorrow night. Let's see how you do tomorrow night, Even if you lose, we'll see each other tomorrow night, It's
the whole series thing, how they play a series, I enjoy. I think that's cool. But I don't think they should play as much as they do. I think 3 games a week is plenty. 4 games a week is plenty.
Like
I think
the season is too long. It's never going to change. It's all about money.
I can't get enough of it, and they need it. I'm surprised they bounced back as well as they did after that whole lockout thing, because it seems like nobody's really talking about the lockout anymore. They just had an exhibition game between the Dodgers and the Angels out in LA. Even before the season started, it sold out. And that's in LA too, where the fans are pretty fickle.
They get there late, leave early.
But they sold out. And speaking of, you missed the good old days when they could cork bats and stuff like that in the steroid era. Which kind of brings me to my point here, because this is a little bit before your time. We're going back to 1994, Sonny and Rich. Albert Belle.
Cleveland Indians.
Oh, Cleveland Indians. That was his prime team. I think he played for the White Sox, too, as well. But this is back when he's with the Indians, Rich. Now the Cleveland Guardians. I'll have to get into that. This guy, if you Google a picture of him, this guy's a real bulk. He looked like a linebacker. He's a big son of a bitch, and he had a mean mug on him. So this is in 1994, the strike-shortened season. This is pretty... it's in July of the season before they went on that strike. So they're playing the Chicago White Sox. The Sox, not the Red Sox. Gene Lamont, the manager of the Chicago White Sox, gets tipped off by one of his players that, hey, Albert Belle is using a corked bat. We have to check on this. Now, the managers at the time were allowed to talk to the umpire and be like, hey, you get one chance at this. You confiscate that son of a bitch's bat. Boom, first inning, they confiscate his bat. And everybody in the Indians dugout is like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. We know in the back of our mind every bat that Albert Belle has in his little lobby right there.
His little bag, yeah.
His little bag. All of his bats are corked. So, umpires confiscate his bat. They bring it back to a secured umpire locker room. Door is locked. There's a guard out there. All right. So what did the Indians do? Jason Grimsley, former relief pitcher, is summoned.
Ooh, a little scandal.
So here's what
going.
Jason Grimsley does. The relief pitcher, who's not in the game at the time. Let's go back in the Indians' locker room. Let's use the false ceiling that we have here. He gets up in the ceiling and starts MacGyver mode. Almost like John McClane in Die Hard. Dude, shimmering. Mission Impossible. Shimmering through the ceiling. Drops down into the umpire's locker room. Goes through the ceiling and gets into the umpire's locker room. Swaps out Albert Belle's corked bat with Paul Sorrento's bat. Now, how do they know that? It says Paul Sorrento on the bat. It doesn't say Albert Belle. They remove the cork bat. They remove it with Paul Sorrento's bat and leave it. He shimmies back up, gets out of there, no problem. Umpires come back in. They notice something's a little fishy. They're like, it says Paul Sorrento on this. They get the FBI involved in this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's right. Now I remember this.
They get the FBI involved. And so they pretty much summoned the Cleveland Indians. They said, you got to cough up this bat right now. We know something's up. Indians oblige. They give an Albert Belle Corked back to the league, so the FBI does not have to get involved. Albert Belle gets suspended for 10 games. They appeal it to 7. But you know what? My winner of the week, tip of the cap to you, Jason Grimsley, for getting up in the ceiling.
Is he a rookie?
He was not a rookie at the time.
Sounds like a rookie job.
It was a relief pitcher job.
Yeah.
But it was an interesting story to go back and follow, because I remember hearing about it at the time, but I don't remember that they had to get the FBI involved.
Over a
It
cork
rings a
bat?
bell now.
Over
The FBI?
Well, there was a robbery of the umpire's booth, apparently.
Okay.
But it says he had a flashlight on his mouth. He had to drop down onto the refrigerator in the locker room of the umpires, and the American League had to speak to the FBI about this whole thing.
Wow.
That's why I love baseball, because there's so many scandals. Pete Rose, Shoeless Joe Jackson, go down the list. Talk about the whole steroid era, McGuire and Sosa, and even as recently as current day with the Astros and stuff like that. Did you see what Brian Cashman had to say about the Houston Astros?
No.
And Brian Cashman, the GM of the New York Yankees, said the only reason there's a Yankees drought in championships is because of the Houston Astros.
An exaggeration.
Yes.
That's an exaggeration.
You've
had stiffer competition in your division with the Red Sox and the Rays. That's part of it. They develop good farm systems. The Red Sox spend money. The Rays produce good ball players from their system. That's more of a factor than cheating.
I love that. I'm not a Tampa Bay Rays fan, but I love what they do every year. Their payrolls I
hope they win one of these years. I hope they win it all.
They're towards the bottom. Same with the Oakland A's. Their payroll's always towards the bottom, but they just keep producing and producing this young talent, and that's why baseball's any given season, really, in my opinion. I don't know.
It's time. It's that time. Top 10 plays of the week.
We love the top 10.
If you will direct your attention to the board, we've got a little production value upgrade here. We're changing things up here.
Badass.
Number 10, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Built like the Incredible Hulk.
I hate this one.
This was a
but
big.
I like it.
This was a big block. Actually, of course, Harden gets the miss, but big block, and that would be the game. That would have.
It's a solid block.
That would have tied it up there. But yeah, Bucks would end up winning that one because of that.
Yeah, I need a sip after that one.
Number 9, Aaron Gordon. Just a nice dunk. Everyone likes a nice dunk, but look at this one. A little reverse alley-oop there. Gets up, going. I really like the new hair he's got. I think it looks cool.
That would have won the slam dunk contest, I feel like.
Number 8, Jessica Korda.
Hello.
Gets the, I believe this is an eagle.
I love the club twirl. I'm just saying.
Yeah, she gets this one in, chips it in, or not chips it in, but...
That's not a chip, dude.
No.
Oh, man.
Gets that nice...
We got to go golfing sometime, man. She knew it as soon as she hit it. You could tell by the club flip.
Number 7, Max Burt. Had trouble finding this one, but gets a grand slam out here in spring training. It's that's the first one I've seen all spring training. I don't know if there's been any more, but rookie. He played. Where did he come from? Tampa, I think.
Tampa Tarpons?
Yeah, I think that's what I saw. Number 6 here, we've got Caleb Love. And this was specifically for the Duke and UNC game. He had this nice ass layup right there, and then this is the real one. Is this big shot he had? This would ultimately be the dagger for them. to win the game. Yeah. Unfortunately, hate to say. This one, Josh Byrne found this one in here. Look at this goal. Look at the goalie. How do you get anything by that man?
Lord, it looks like there's a Zamboni in there. For God's sake.
Dekes him and then dives out. Zamboni. He's huge. He's enormous. Oh my God. I've never seen anything like that. Number 4, Billy Hamilton. This one was especially picked by Brian. So you may think, getting a home run here. It's going way back there. Gets up on the wall and grabs that ball.
Spider-Man
sends it back. Yeah, Spider-Man. Gets 1 foot and a second foot on there.
Tobey Maguire out there?
Yeah, he gets a great grab right there. Let's watch it one more time. And look at the fans. So excited. Number 3 here, Colin Delia. Loved this play. He had a great game against the Panthers. And this save in particular, everyone thought that was going in.
No glove, no love, baby.
Crazy. Just barely got. He had a great game against the Panthers, and they still lost.
A few bright spots for the Blackhawks.
They still lost, unfortunately. Number 2, a little Chella action here. Gets a hole-in-one in this tour, and she's going to win that fancy car there on her left. Look at this. And you did mention the orange ball earlier.
I love the colored balls. As a golfer, the older you get, the worse your vision gets. And you need those colored balls.
And at number 1, the Phillies infield. Tip of the cap to all these gents. Yeah. Off the glove, the first one over to shortstop. Makes a great play. And turns 2 and gets the out.
Just how they drew it up, too.
Look at that flip.
The old 1-6-4-3 double play.
Beautiful.
Routine in your scorebook.
Yeah, a little top 10 action.
Badass. We'll be back Monday. We'll let you know how Tiger fits into that green jacket. Maybe it's like Shooter McGavin, where my left arm is a little bit longer than my right, if you want to get that jacket.
That movie's great. I love that movie.
See, you do like golf. I knew you did.
I like the movie. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment. Share with your friends. Share with your family. Anyone that likes sports. We giving away some cash prizes in the near future, so stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, we already lost some cash tonight.
Congrats, M. Trey. Your money's been wired. Appreciate you. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and be sure to watch more Ejected podcast here on YouTube.